Welcome to the Mischief. I'm Valen, and this is Tetra, part 3 in a series that I'm doing. This one is going to show you how best you can upgrade your tools with honing, as well as, it basically will just make your tool altogether better in many different ways, but without even needing to enchant it. You can make this thing much more powerful than your average vanilla one, with it being enchanted. Alright, so as you can see, I'm currently wielding 2 double-headed axes. No, it doesn't have dual wielding in it, so don't even bother asking. But it does mean that I have a couple or several different examples. To show you, I currently have this, a regular iron great axe that can be made with up to level 3 tools, which that means you don't have to have gone underground looking for different things and whatnot to craft your hammer up high enough to be able to craft a super mega weapon or something like that, or just get to the higher tier stuff. And it is currently at the same speed as a regular axe. If you look up an axe in Minecraft, it's like 1 attack speed, 9 attack damage. At least it's close to it, 0.9 and 11.56. So it does a lot more damage than it. And it's just iron and some string and bones, and that's it. And then I've got a few others. Let me actually take this one out of my hand here, and you'll see that this one here, it's actually an upgraded version. It's got tier 5 materials in there. I didn't put diamond on both sides. I just put it on one just so that I could boost up the durability. You can see it's quite strong. It's actually it's about the same speed as a sword in vanilla, and it does a lot more attack damage. This is still not enchanted. This is just leveled up with honing. This one here is the same axe, but when I first started, and the same exact materials. So you can see it like doubles the attack speed from this one to this one, and I've added probably about 5 or so attack damage to it over time. Now whether these change in the future is yet to be seen, but let's show you how best you can do it. So to start with, obviously you're going to want to grab some kind of weapon in this, or tool, because this will apply to both. And I'm just using a great axe as an example because it's a great axe. Seriously, you can use it as an axe and as a weapon. Why the heck not? This will you don't then need to use a sword. You'll miss the swiping action of hitting multiple foes, but you know, you can still chop down trees and you don't need to carry 2 things in your inventory, or you don't even have to put the axe on something else. But if you go with this, you start off, you know, you've got your basic attack speed of 0.8 and 7 attack damage. Oh, that's crud. And I've got a level 5 hammer, and I've got a level 3 hammer in here. Let me just grab my level 3 one. There we go. And we can change this wooden axe head out for something else. Because obviously at this point you could have made your way up to a level 3 hammer using some of the process that I showed in my very first video in this series. And then you can just craft it up. So it just requires level 1 even. So you probably just need a regular log mallet and you're good to go. Now the other side is probably going to help out with this. So let's just make that an axe head as well. We're going to do some more iron in this case. And look, it increases the damage further, the durability further, the speed is better. Everything is going to be really, really nice. And therefore I could potentially do this. This actually requires a tier 1 hammer. You have tier 3 available. But if you notice, when I clicked on there, oh, sorry, it just kind of jumped out. It's still grayed out. I need a better integrity. This is why I suggest if you're starting out with this, you probably want to increase the handle from just a stick to maybe a bone is probably going to be pretty good. It will give you that 1 integrity. Or you can just use the darn thing. And that's part of the honing process and settling parts and pieces. So let's say I don't use this, and I want to upgrade it with the iron, but I can't. Well, then what I could do is just take this out and use it. That's how these tools all work. They have kind of like their own little experience system built in. So if I come over here, and I've got Ore Excavate installed right now, so I can chop down a bunch of trees. In this case, I'm actually going to use it to chop down a bunch of leaves as well. It'll probably eat through the durability really quickly. There we go. And yep, a module has settled, a module has settled. So the wooden butt and the flimsy handle have both settled on this. What does this mean for me? This means that you now have some different options for upgrading. You notice the integrity has gone up, therefore my upgrade slots have increased just by using this thing. So then you could switch this out for an axe head. Now by doing so, this is one of the settled parts. So you're only going to be able to upgrade one of them. But you can now upgrade both sides. So that's pretty darn good. In that case, we're going to craft it, and I now have a double-headed axe. And that's still with a regular stick for a handle. A regular vanilla stick is what it was when you first make it. So it's pretty good, right? That's one way of upgrading your tool, is just by settling parts. Obviously, if you're using some kind of non-settling material, like gemstones and whatnot, then that's not going to be a thing. But in this case, it is. You can also add in binding and whatnot to help try and increase your integrity or something like that, but it's not always going to work. In this case, I recommend that you do try to switch out the basic handle once you've able to find yourself something to do, to kill zombies or something like that, and you'll notice that it will keep the integrity in this case, the bone handle. So we're going to craft that up. Then I'm going to actually repair this because it kind of broke. I'm going to need a couple here to fix that, and then it's good to go. Then I can run out, and once again, I can just go start chopping things. Of course, with or excavate, I have this exaggerated greatly, but the iron axe head is now settled, or at least one of the two, not necessarily both. And therefore, I have another unit of integrity to work with. This is just one way of easily increasing the integrity, because you can get integrity from multiple parts: the handle, and the heads each. On top of that, just by using them, on top of that, you can also increase the handles themselves. Now, I used, in the cases of these two here that are very high tier, I used end rods because they replace a lot. To show you, watch the integrity. Right now it's 4 out of 5. If I go to put an end rod, it goes up to 9. So it gives you a lot of options on that. And you can also increase things further. But that's just to show you how it can start to be used. If I take this axe, and actually let me go back and I will repair it. One more time, let's close that, repair. I'm just going to put this in here. Oh, it always takes 2 to repair. There we go. Just so that I can do this. If I press sneak while on this, it says honing progress 72.2%. That is a different type of upgrade, and how you can, enhance things even further. So let's chop a little bit more. Darn things here. I chop a bit more trees, chop more stuff. There we go. Module has settled. That's the bone handle is good. And if you want to check the progress on it, you just hover over it, press sneak. Honing progress 99.1%. So I think if I chop this tree, there we go. Honing available on this iron great axe. And this is where you're basically leveling your tool up, not just the slots that you can upgrade with. Obviously, with the two things settled in here, it's increased further. The bone handle just in itself is good. But if you click on the heads that have gone up, or even the handle, any of these items can be honed. In this case, speed 1. This one here, damage, chopping efficiency, durability, speed, and just by hovering over them, it doesn't show at this point, but you can always click on it and go back. You can see it'll add 0.6 or half an attack damage. This one here, you can do this on both heads, by the way, just so that you know. You can hit it on either head. You can put it on the bone handle. You can, upgrade the speed and so on. And this is just the real benefits of this. So you can increase your durability. It's not very much durability. Some of these are just really not worth it. The speed 0.03%. But when you get up at the higher levels and you've maxed out things like this, there we go. And we'll craft this. It requires a level 2 hammer in order to do so. Then it will start getting a little bit more important that you upgrade your hammer. Now, to give an example in this, I just see my honing progress is at 0%. If I go over here and I chop down some more trees, there we go, another module has settled, which I think that means it's going to have a few more to choose from on here. Oh, I'm running out of durability. Yeah, it just broke. But that's okay. I can always come back here and fix it. What I wanted to show you on this is that also when you are repairing it, sometimes other parts will break. In this case, I need another bone. And then I can repair it again, and I can add in, some more iron and stuff. But it is fully repaired with just that one. So I'm not going to bother doing that. And it varies depending upon the ingredients that you have. If you put this on here, you want to do something, I recommend then you wrap the handle. And you might think, all right, well, some of these can be good, some of these can be bad. In this case, it's going to be string is pretty good. Now, it's going to vary from tool to tool or weapon to weapon, and this one requires 4. But if I do this, it's going to start resettling, or probably not resettling, but it will start using honing progress for the handle with the wrap itself, because then the wrap can also be changed. Don't forget, you can also enchant each one of these different items and enhance things even further. So if I have, let's see, do I have a magic book in here? No, I don't. Let's grab sharpness. Grab sharpness 5. Put this over here. I can even put this on one of these here. Let's do enchant. Put that there, and you can see that that's going to increase the damage output that it has. It'll cost you some XP levels and so on. Not going to do it in this case, but that is just one way that you can, continue on. And you can see already that this one here is better than the base one that I made here with an iron chopper and a diamond chopper and an end rod handle. By replacing each of these parts, let's say, because I upgraded this one before, if I replace that with a different axe head, let's say this. Oh look, the damage goes down. It's because it's no longer honed. You are removing the honing levels on that. So by changing the material, that is something to keep in mind. This one here has not been. So if I switch here and I put this there, nothing happens because I did not do anything with that one. So therefore you can put a diamond, or a couple diamonds rather, on here, like adding a heck of a lot to durability and a bit to the mining speed that it can do. It doesn't really add anything to damage, and it won't settle to give you extra integrity, but it will give you so much more durability that it can be really, really useful. All depending upon what you want to do. Now, if you jump into the binding, obviously you can add some stuff on here that will increase the integrity further, as well as help to increase or decrease stats as appropriate. But, and if you use a bolt, don't forget that, let's actually use one here, and then I can show you. You can actually click on here and then go to tweaking. And by increasing this, you can remove the durability by increasing the rate it works. And this works for different tools that you can bolt as well, like swords and bows and picks and whatnot. So in each one, it's going to be different. It's not just going to affect durability and the mining speed for each of these, because swords don't really have a mining speed. So if you want to remove it, you just click in here, go back to the crafting, remove the module. Now there is something worth mentioning on the binding, and that is socketing. If you look here, you've got your standard gemstones, and then you've got your pristine ones that you might be able to obtain from either loot or opening up geodes and whatnot. But if you look here, we've got an increase in crit % chance. Let's go with the pristine versions just to exaggerate what you might get. 30% chance to crit and do double damage with one of these things. So if you're looking for some serious damage, that's a good way to go. But keep an eye on that integrity. It says 6 out of 7. 5 out of 7. So therefore you're going to be using some of your integrity to do so, and therefore limiting some of your other upgrades that you might have the opportunity to get. So it could be good, could be bad. Now, something definitely worth mentioning is the ability that Lapis Lazuli will give it. If you look here into it, it says experience gained from killing entities and destroying blocks yields honing progress at a 2x ratio. This one can be really useful, especially if you just want to focus on upgrading your weapon as quickly as possible. It will cost you a few levels. You can put it in here, and then you can remove it later on when you've gotten it to where you want to, or even switch it out with something else, that gives you that damage boost that you want. But at a 2x speed for a pristine lapis, well, what else are you going to use that thing for? So I don't see why not. At the very least, you could put a regular lapis in there, and it'll give you at least a bit more experience gained from killing entities and destroying blocks yields honing progress at a 1x ratio. But it will still increase it. I know it says 1x, but it's really like 2 and 3x, I believe. Either way, it does increase the XP that you gain by using it. So it's pretty darn good like that. So if I put this on here, we socket that, craft it with the 3 levels, then we've got ourselves, it's still, not bad at all. You can then just run around and go start killing things with your axe to increase the honing progress. Let's go over here. I'm gonna start chopping leaves, which yes, it uses up the durability of the tool, but it should allow me to continue honing it. It does take a little time, and I'm probably gonna use up all the durability on this thing. Oh no, there we go. Honing is now available on this unit. and therefore I should be able to upgrade it another time, which almost broke. It came very, very close to breaking, but it did not. It's a very durable axe there. So first let's do a repair. Oh look! It requires pristine lapis now. Sometimes it will require different materials. Remember, depending upon the socket, the axe heads, bone handles, and stuff like that, it may require that to upgrade, to repair the tool. So whatever options you choose, be aware of that. It's very important. But if you look also bone handle, it now says hone wrap instead of just honing it. Because I've wrapped the handle in string, I can now do this, which, depending upon the material that I used before, it will be more of the same material that you wrapped your tool handle with. It can increase things like a tiny increase in speed, a decent increase in damage, and a bunch in durability. And it did not even increase anything on the integrity. Now, if I choose the iron axe head, and there's a little glitch right now that this says Tetra schema dupe, whatever, instead of multiplying that. But if I do this instead, see it's up there, it will then use some of my integrity. So every second level, I believe is what it is. It might be like multiplicative or something like that. You will have to start using integrity. So if you really want to do this without actually using up any integrity on your tool, start with like one part, then another part, then another part, and then at your level 2 you'll have to start using more. At the very least, I can increase the wrap, put this in here, craft it, and I still haven't used up any of my integrity slots, thus allowing me to continue with increasing the damage that this thing can do. 0.99 attack speed and 12.73, definitely better than any vanilla axe that I am aware of, especially if you can still enchant it with some kind of sharpness effect or smiting or whatever you want, and it will go that much faster to, you know, chop things and learning XP since I put that lapis item on there. It does definitely help. Let's see if I can chop all these down before they disappear. Can I make one more level of honing before it disappears? No, it's not going to be quite that easy. There we go. And it's not broken yet, but I don't think it's at what, 60%. So yeah, as you progress, your honing will also, this is another thing that I wanted to show you. Before it was like about durability 6 and it leveled up. Now it's at 60.7%. So it does take a bit longer each time to increase and level up your tools. So it's kind of similar to Tinker's Construct in a way, or not Tinker's Construct, but what was it, Iguana Tweaks, I think it was, that adds in the XP on your tool itself, or weapon as it is, as you use it. And this is definitely one way of doing it. If you progress with honing your tool after honing is available, it will not store extra XP for the honing progress. You will need to upgrade it and then start honing your tool anew. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope that it's helped you to better enjoy Tetra. If you want to see more bit by bits on Tetra, specialized weaponry or tools or something of that nature, let me know. Give me a like, comment, subscribe, and as always, don't be afraid to spread the mischief and come and visit us on Twitch sometime. I'll see you guys next time.